Well, hello everyone. Today's Thursday, the day after I released my horse pattern. I was telling everybody I was going to try and do it on Wednesday, and I did. So, I wish I was here with like some fabulous news, but in less than 24 hours, someone has stolen my pattern and reposted it on Etsy. Actually, 2 different shops. So I need your help. I'm going to provide you with the links to those 2 listings, and I need everyone to go over and report the listings. And I'm going to put up some screenshots here that kind of show how to do it. It took me a little bit to figure it out. Just if you're on a computer, just underneath the picture, it says report this listing. There's a little flag and it says report this listing. So you would click on that and it's going to give you options. The only one that I could find where I can actually get all the way through is if I went to the bottom option that, now I forget what it says because it's not in front of me. But I click the bottom option, then it takes you to another screen that's got a list of options, and I pick the bottom one again, and then it takes you to another screen and you can type in the information. And the only information that you need to put in there is this listing was stolen from Knotting Hook Crochet. I mean, right down, they used my thumbnail images, they used my images of my horses, the tester appreciation images. They had to purchase the file, the listing, in order to get the actual digital files to put in their listing. But I wouldn't buy that because God only knows what they might have done to those files. It might be something that could damage your device, give you some like unfixable virus, or God only knows what they might have done to it. But I figure if enough of us go over there to both of those shops and report those listings, that Etsy might take some action and take it down. Also, in one of the 2 shops, actually the first one, the one that someone else had found and emailed me about, there are other crochet patterns listed. I do not recognize them, but odds are they're stolen patterns too. So if you recognize those patterns and you know who they belong to, report them too. This is just not right for people to do stuff like this. If they could just spend their time doing something for the good instead of trying to cheat people and hurt people, this world would be such a better place. I'm just really annoyed. It took less than 24 hours for these 2 individuals to steal my property. I'm like, what the heck? Now, I already posted on Instagram about it, asking everybody there as well to go and report these listings. And some people were saying that they couldn't figure out how to do it. So I went on that mission to try and figure it out for myself. And that was the only way I could figure out how to do it. Now, if I try to do it as like a copyright infringement, there's this form that I have to fill out. And I couldn't figure that one out either, because I would tell it that it's this, and then the next screen it's saying, well, is it a video? Post a link to the video. I'm like, no, it's not a video. It's the pattern. Like, it's all my pictures. It's all my tester appreciation pictures that were sent to me. And I'm so frustrated that I couldn't even wait for my hair to dry to come on here and ask you guys for your help. So please, I need your help. I'm like, take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Okay, so other than battling that today, I have not made very much this week. I actually made 2 things. Well, 3 if you count. I was making another horse, but I still got to put the mane on it because Heather had caught an error in one of the rounds and my stitch count didn't add up. So I had to remake it to make sure that my correction was correct, and it was. It just happened to be one of those in my notes where I didn't give myself a total. Anyways, it's fixed. So I still have to put the mane and the tail on that one, and then I'll have another horse. So the other thing that when I was at my market last weekend and Sue came to visit, there was a young lady that was there with her grandma. And she says to Sue, "You guys need to make anime." And I'm like, "Well, Sue, what kind of anime? There's like a ton of them out there." Is she talking like Pokemon? Or is she talking about some of these like really intense drama style anime with the people and the characters? I mean, what kind? I don't know. But on Instagram, this free pattern came across for Bulbasaur, which is a Pokemon. And so I said, well, let me try doing that. And it's small. It is kind of fast to make. It's kind of basic. It's not super detailed or anything. But, and of course, I didn't have the right colors, so I just used what I had. So you're supposed to use like a greenish blue color for the body and then a darker one to make the spots. And then it said to use pink for the bulb. Well, then I show it to Jenna and she tells me it needs to have leaves. And I'm like, no, that's the next evolution, or however you say it. Like, Ivysaur, I think it's called. And she goes, well, this should be green. I don't know my Pokemon. I went by what the pattern said. So if you guys are going to try this pattern and you want it to be Bulbasaur, do this in green, according to my Jenna. Or put leaves around it and then it is Ivysaur, I guess. Pink for the bulb and then green around it, green leaves. So I did this. And then on Saturday, my yarn order finally arrived for me to make that custom dragon that's going to be shipped across the pond all the way to England. And I spent like 3 days working on that in between, you know, life and then, okay, here's my crochet time. And I have one thing left, and that's just to stitch the nostrils on the face. But this person wanted the same colors that I used on my first Snuggle Bean Dragon test. The same colors that I used. So I had to order the plum. And I have to say, this one turned out so much better than the first one. So this big Mamba Jamba, it's just huge. We did the sage glitz for the toes, which really makes them pop. I had the good eyes to use this time. They just look great. I'll tell you though, I had to make 4 horns to get 2 that even came out close to looking like each other. I don't know what I was doing, but I made one, go to the second one, didn't look anything like it. Make a third one, didn't look anything like the first 2. Get to the 4th one and it looked like the second one. I'm like, okay, this is what we're going with. And I'm following the same pattern. And I'm marking off the rounds as I go so that I don't get lost. And I still struggled. It's like socks, you know, you got to make a ton in order to get a pair. So we used the sage glitz for all the accents because that's what I did with the original one. Got the wings and the spikes. And I'm seeing little sparklies like over here where they're not supposed to be. I've already taken the lint roller to this, but It's probably going to take a few rounds with the lint roller. But all I have to do is add the little nostrils, and this cutie is going to be on its way to England. These eyes look so much better than the eyes I used in the original. It really does. So that's all I've made. And then dealing with that drama this morning, and I'm asking you guys to help me deal with that drama some more. I have my first outdoor night market this weekend. I am super excited. I'm hoping it goes well. I'm a little nervous because the weather forecast is like all over the place. AccuWeather says this and Weather Channel says that, and then weather.com, I think is the one that comes up as a Google app. I'm not sure. Says something else. I'm kind of inclined to go with the weather.com because it has the best forecast. But it says 70% chance of scattered thunder showers for Saturday evening on the Weather Channel. AccuWeather says 25% chance and weather.com says 20% chance. So I want to go with weather.com. I don't know what to think. I'm like, please. I just would like one exciting market that I'm not bored to death the entire time that I'm there. And since it's my first night market, it's my second outdoor market, I just would like it to be a good one. It doesn't even have to be fantastic, great, just good, just fun and good. So, fingers crossed for me for that. Pray that the rain stays away. I got my lights in. I talked to one of the other vendors that does like monthly night markets, and she told me what she used. So it was pretty cheap. They were like $30 a piece. I bought two, and they are really bright. They are rechargeable. They can be used as an USB power source. So lights are taken care of. John got me sand for the sandbags so that we have weight on the canopy. And yeah, other than picking out what I'm going to take with me, I am like good to go. And I have plenty of stuff to take with me, believe me. So that's all I have today. Short and sweet. Don't forget, I'm going to put those two links for those two stolen listings down below. So please go over there and report those listings and help me get them taken down. That's just not right. That people should not do that to anybody. So, all right. We'll see you later. Hopefully Sunday with a really good report for my market.